So today we're taking a look at the best skill moves in the game, and especially with the new meta, the new patch, some skill moves have become like even more important to master because of the finishing has been reduced a bit in terms of how efficient it is to shoot. It requires a lot more skill, I'll say, and be able to have a big repertoire of break down a defense, and in order to do that you need to master some specific skill moves. I've chosen 4 skill moves which have each of the skill moves has a different effect, and the first one we're going to talk about is the La Croqueta, the best skill move in the game this year for sure. It's so hard for the opponent to tackle this skill move because when you're performing it and when you are performing it right, either way you can get the ball with you even if he thinks he has read the skill move. And secondly, when you're doing it in the box where it's most dangerous to do it and where you should use the skill move most of the time, he will be afraid to make a penalty kick on you because of this skill move. And what also makes the La Croqueta so good is that the AI is strong this year in defense. You get a lot of help from the AI, so you need some ways to break down the AI. And against people who AI defend a lot, which means that they let the computer defend for you, the La Croqueta is very good at opening it up and get past this AI defending. So we're going to take a look at how it actually looks when you do these La Croquetas. To get familiar with this skill move is to go into, again, the practicing arena and just learn it. It's super easy to do. It's the right analog to the side you want to go to, and at the same time the left analog you can choose to exit to the direction you want to go to. Same time you need to hold L1 in as the visual controller shows, and therefore you can dance all the way into the box. It's super efficient and it's so hard to stop because it really looks like in the beginning when you're doing it that it's not really that dangerous when I'm doing it out here, but suddenly you're just in a very dangerous shooting situation. That's what makes it so hard to stop and the skill move so efficient. We're running through some examples here where I'm trying to go from a not so dangerous angle to a dangerous angle. So suddenly here we move from an angle which was impossible to score from to suddenly an angle where it gets super dangerous, and that it can really surprise your opponent. It works all the time, and you can also use it further down on the pitch because it's just so good in 1-versus-1 situations. So the second skill move we are going to speak about today is the ball roll, which is a super simple but most important, a really efficient way of keeping the ball, and especially used on the wings for your wingers or cams or for your strikers when you're out in positions that are not dangerous, but where the opportunity for your opponent to intercept or take the ball away from you is high. You don't have a lot of passing options. Then it's very good to combine the ball roll and turn around and switch the play. So yeah, the ball roll is just the right analog to the angle you want to go to, and it's super simple to perform. And the combination I'd like to do with the ball roll is to do it on the first touch the ball roll. So now we're going to visualize a bit, guys. So Cristiano has it here, and he ball rolls a turnaround here, and suddenly creates some space for Dybala here inside. Super simple, but yet super efficient. So this is the area you want to perform the ball roll on when you're having the opponent close on you, and you need to turn the play. So you also use the player as some sort of to shield the ball. But what is very good with this ball roll is that it creates passing opportunities and it buys you time to think about your next move because you are protecting the ball in the ball roll, and suddenly you get a good run from one of your players. So the third skill move is also a classic one. It is the fake shot, and it works superior this year once again, and you can use it in different ways. There are 2 variations I use a lot. The first one is the stop fake shot, which oftenly can trick your opponent because he thinks you're going to shoot, and instead you stop up, and yeah, you will have some space to either pass it to a player or to shoot because you create yourself space. As you can see here, the goalkeeper is running after hot dogs. And the second one is the shooting feint, where you continue going straight forward, and here we have the speed boost. It's very hard to perform. You need the right angle because there's a difference between the way he's moving the ball now and to this one where he goes more in angles. So you need to be very precise with the left analog when you're performing this, because right now we see a fake shot, but he won't get a speed boost on this one. You need to find the perfect angle, which is the easiest way when you're running towards the goal. And there we have it. See a big difference in the way he moves with the ball. There's a lot more pace on and he can take it with him, and especially in the first touch. So the stop fake shot is super good on the wings because, yeah, it buys you time and gives you passing options. And especially on the counters, I'll recommend this one. Because usually people will also take a look at your power bar and would look like you are either going to pass or cross, and instead you're stopping up. And it will always, when you make the fake shot, stop up and point at the opponent's goal. So you're looking and you have suddenly a bit more time and you have the angles to pass into. Usually he will have a lot of his players who defend centrally. So it's more like 1-versus-1 situations on the wings, which is why it's so good to use here on the wings, because you will usually, in the arena here, you will see that there's a lot of space to pass it into here. So the fourth one we have is the drag back, which allows you to turn into all directions, as we can see here. And it's super efficient if you want to switch the play, if you are looking for new angles to go into. And you can combine it. So you can go backwards, you can go sideways. You can also go forward suddenly. So it's a good way to trick your opponent and make him keep guessing where you're going. Compared to the others, the drag back and the la croquetas is the best to use centrally, so you can point both ways. So he can't really cut an angle. You'll have much more space here in order to pass to either left or right, or you can go forward. And there is also the combination of the half drag back, where you can combine it with other skill moves. The half drag back works like this, so you don't turn exactly, but you bait your opponent to go forward while you can do a fake shot afterwards. And it works with great efficiency and is also one of the most used skill moves right now in Pro FIFA. This skill move will make you turn around and be able to see new opportunities in the game. And at the same time, it's quite hard to tackle it without making a free kick. So it's kind of a win-win situation. Even though I wouldn't recommend doing this skill move on your own half, I would prefer to do it on your opponent's half of the pitch. So now I gave you 4 certain skill moves that really works well and has different effects on your game style and are very useful and important to learn. The creativity has no limits. You need to be innovative, you need to be creative and see if you can combine some of these skill moves together, or maybe find a 5th skill move that you can use. There are so many opportunities with these skill moves. It's all about when you perform them, which angles they work most efficient at, and yes, the creativity has no limits. So try to combine some of these skill moves together and you'll have a feeling very fast on where they work best, where do you trick your opponent the most times. So get home, grind these skill moves, keep practicing them, try to implement it to your game style, and then it's about being creative with them.